Did you know that by just being kind, the world and your body respond? Welcome back to week 18 of #runfornotfrom. This channel focuses on happiness, health, wealth, and everything in between. And it's a good opportunity to sit back, relax, get rid of that mental fog, and just enjoy as we talk about kindness and how it can benefit you, how it can benefit others, and how you can really get the best out of your life by being kind. Like I said before, this is week 18 of #runfornotfrom. So this week we're talking about kindness, but in previous weeks we've been talking about other topics like sleep, supplements, recovery, and everything like that. So if you like the idea of this channel, please go back and have a little look. Run for, not from is not about a time, it's not about a distance, it's not about anything like that. We don't even talk about how fast we're running. It's just about getting in the outdoors and doing something for you, whether that's walking, whether that's running, cycling, whatever it is, just getting out for that hour, maybe that half hour, maybe that 15 minutes, just for you. So sit back and relax. Hope you enjoy. And I think it's important to note that even if you're running through a park or a woods, a city, a trail, it doesn't really matter. It could even be that you're running metaphorically through life. I think this channel can be of some benefit, and this community that we are creating together with the #runfornotfrom, and please do use that in your runs, can benefit other people as well as myself, as I believe people are tribal by nature. I've said it before, so we do need to come together more, and a quintessential part of being together and getting together is to be kind. So let's be kind, let's talk about it. And first, let's start with breaking down the science behind being kind, because it's weird and crazy to think that being kind to others is actually going to help you scientifically, morally, ethically. But let's start with scientifically. So, did you know that when you are kind to others, it releases a lovely happy cocktail of emotions, mainly serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine. These have been known to be called your happy hormones, and they release at times of great excitement or energy or anything like that, but doing kind acts, being kind to others, releases them, so it benefits you there. Secondly, there's also been studies to show that being kind lowers your cortisol levels, and cortisol, I've spoken about it before, is the stress hormone. Now, cortisol is not inherently bad. We are designed to use cortisol in the correct ways. However, in modern society with social media and like sleeping patterns and alcohol consumption and everything and anything in between, we have a society of high cortisol, and so we need to lower that. And so being kind to others can do that as well. So science says being kind will help you. That's point one. And now let's talk about the psychology of it, because being kind to others will help you feel less alone. If you're a person who feels a bit secluded, a bit segregated, a bit lonely, being kind to others can really help you feel like you're part of something. Secondly, that kindness and that act will compound over time, and people will reciprocate, and that connection will be forged. And then maybe in the future, that loneliness will go away because it's been filled by that somebody or somebodies. It doesn't have to be a relationship, it can just be a friendship. And friendships are so important. And that shift of being kind to others, instead of just focusing on yourself, for a split second even, can make you forget about your pain, your hardship, and your challenges. Because as we walk through life, we're gonna hit struggles, we're gonna have hard times. I don't think anyone in life has ever had plain sailing, but it's not about having plain sails, it's about knowing how to weather the storm. So be a little bit kind to others, and it'll help you internally, help the world externally, and help build a strong and happy community. But what are my tips and tricks to bring a little bit of kindness in your life right here, right now? Maybe it's on your run, maybe it's on your cycle, your walk, or whatever. Well, here's my 4 little tips that you can start doing. Some of them are things that you can push into the world, and some of them are more internally. So first things first, text someone a genuine compliment. Now, I'm not a big believer in bringing your phone with you when you run. Safety first. I live in a place where, thankfully, I know the area, and hopefully I'll be fine. I take that risk as it is, because I don't want that notification. I just want it to be me, and I want it to be just you on this run. But text someone a genuine compliment. I hold my hands up and say, I'm a bad texter. I'm a bad phone call person. I'm much better in person. I find it very difficult to connect with people digitally, and I need that face-to-face interaction. But shout out to some of my really close friends who are amazing at pushing these compliments and thoughts and gestures through text. Secondly, you can donate a run or a walk. Now, this sounds weird, but this is a mental thing you can do, because it doesn't have to be an actual race or an actual society that you have to join. It can be just picking a distance, picking a location, and psychologically thinking, I'm doing this for my mum, I'm doing this for my sister, I'm doing it for my dad, I'm doing it for my boss, I'm doing it for my team, and whoever it is, think about them as you run, because when you see them in person the next time, you'll be more inclined to show that kindness. Thirdly, now this one you do have to be out walking, running, or cycling, or whatever, and that is simply just to notice somebody. It doesn't, you don't have to pick someone off in the distance and hunt them down, but pick someone as they're coming up and just say, good morning, good evening, hi, maybe just even smile. And they don't have to do anything in return. I always find it funny when I do it and they don't reply, your mind obviously goes, oh, miserable bastard. But that doesn't matter. It's hit them, the kindness has hit them, and it will come up in their day, I promise. And finally, I want you to be kind to your former self. It's the 4th one. On your run, on your walk, maybe sat on the sofa, I want you to think back to yourself 6 months ago, and I want you to say the words, thank you for not giving up. I'm here because of you. Be kind to yourself. I've talked about it numerous times, but being kind to yourself is so overlooked. Be your best friend to yourself. Be someone that you would want someone to be, you know, because it's so important. Now, before we close off this run, we're going to start doing a little bit of a different segment in the Run For Not From. We're starting this on week 18, so we missed a few weeks, but they're going to be called Quickfire Run Reflections. And it comes off from last week's post where I spoke about pausing the video for 10 minutes and ask yourself big internal questions. And we're going to do sort of something similar here. Don't feel like you need to pause. They're just questions for you at the end of the video, even now, just to think about. And question number 1 is, when was the last time you did something kind just because? No other intentions, you didn't do it for yourself, you just did it. Second question, what would happen if you started to treat yourself in the same way that you treated others? And that's a double-edged sword, because if you think you're Mother Teresa, you're probably going to be, I want to be kinder to myself. But if you're a bit of a miserable little so-and-so, you're not going to want to be around the kind of person that you are. And my last question, even though it sounds probably the most simple, maybe the most profound, but what kind of energy have I been putting into the world lately? When I look into the mirror, what do I see? When other people look at me, what do they see? Because that's really important. What kind of energy, what kind of vibe are you pushing on other people, infecting them with? I hope it's positive, because I know for me personally, it's always positive. Even if I'm having a crap day, I don't show anyone. That's really important to me. Don't bring everyone down with you. You rise them up. We want to be better because they're around you. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. these past 18 weeks. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it's put a smile on your face. Maybe you've laughed, maybe you've cried, whatever it may be. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me, because we are creating ripples. A stone has been thrown into the water, a ripple has been created, and that ripple over time will turn into waves, and waves can corrode even the oldest of mountains. Together, we're going to change the world. Your generation, the generation before me, the generation after me, we're going to be the leaders, so we've got to lead from the front. So, before we go on to my favourite part of the week, which is the quote, it was just this big appreciation, because I'm enjoying this so much. Keep watching, keep liking, subscribe to both my TikTok, my Instagram, my YouTube, leave a comment. Let's grow this community together. And that leads us on perfectly to this week's quote of the week. Now, if you're new to the channel, I do a quote at the end of every single video, and it's always linked to the topic, and it's a quote that's moved me or meant something to me in my life. And for the first time, we've got the same author as a previous week, and it comes all the way back from week 1. So if you were watching the channel back then, thank you. You were an early adopter, and the videos weren't as seamless as they are now, and they're still getting better. But if you remember what that quote was from week 1, I want you to leave it in the comments. Show that you're a true diehard fan. But anyway, this week's quote comes from Maya Angelou, and she said, "Be the rainbow in someone's cloud." Let me know what you think.